Lots been happening this week. Sometimes we have very slow weeks. This week, apologize for my cheek. I bet it's been making me like sorry. I have a speech impediment. I apologize ahead of time. Anyway, been a busy week. Got a lot to talk about right now. The hot ticket to talk about. Everyone's weighing in on the immigration issue. And if you're unaware, the issue is the separation of children from their parents and the facilities in which they're being kept. And the children are being kept away from the parents once they've crossed the border, been captured, whatever, or whatever discovered, whatever the terminology you want. That's the hot ticket. And I have varying thoughts on it. I mean, not on the conditions that the people are in. Of course, anyone. I mean, that the human condition should not allow us to allow another human to be in a dire condition, even no matter the circumstances. There should be a minimum of decency we offer, human beings. But there is the different issues that these people are attempting to do something undocumented, because I don't believe in the word illegal, because I don't think a human being can be illegal. The state of being is not illegal. But so, we're running into these issues where, people are vehemently against this undocumented immigration into the country. But now there's the other issues, the conditions that these people are being kept in, when they're waiting on, where they're going back to, how they're going back to it. So it's like a heavily contested issue. So especially with with one of the main components that I believe Donald Trump got a lot of his support on was his stances on immigration. So that riled up, the right on his behalf. And so now here we are, and I think I think a news team went to visit one of the conditions, and the video got out, and apparently it upset a lot of people that the conditions that these undocumented people have to endure, and then the situation that their children are being separated from them. So on it, but me personally, tomorrow, though, even those kids are away from their parents, those kids they have a future to grow up to. I mean, I swear it feels like to me that more people have a bigger issue with this than the fact that the United States has killed, hundreds and thousands of civilians, in their war on terror. I mean, and no one has a problem with that. We've killed children who don't have a option or a chance for a better tomorrow. We weren't at war with their country, and they were the casualty of of our doing, or our interaction over there. So it's, to me, it's there are bigger issues let's fight over people not losing their life versus the condition that they're currently in, because they're alive, they gonna be all right, but we're hurting people. So I just feel like there are bigger issues that we need to be tackling if we're gonna be humanitarians. Let's tackle the big problems and work our way down. I mean, because the people that are losing their lives probably don't feel like they can wait versus the people who will be alive tomorrow, who their state of being is not in question. So that's just my personal feeling. Let's worry about the serious problems and work our way down, down the rung of humanitarian aid. Let's do it that way. We could committing way larger atrocities than separating children from their parents that came into this country without proper documentation. That's bigger issues than that, people, in my opinion. Not, I'm saying, not that it's not important, but let's help the people who may be losing their life, not their comfort level. And some of that kind of segues into some of the other topics I want to talk about today. First and foremost, because I like to keep, the same energy. I'm not a right winger. I'm not a left, a liberal leftist or whatever it is, super liberal, whatever you want to call it. I do want to congratulate Donald Trump for his statement that he released yesterday for Juneteenth, celebrating the freedom of the African American freedom in the United States from slavery. And I believe it was that date was in Texas, and then that was apparently the last slaves were in Texas. Apparently, so I love Texas, but goddamn, why'd you have to be the last ones? Anyway, so I do I do a salute 4-5 on that regard. Appreciate you. Now, why don't we go ahead and do something about prison reform and release our, the modern people in the modern day version of slavery. Let's go ahead and do something about this. It's been past time. Like it's definitely hurting the minority communities. So let's do something so we can actually, get everyone back on track on an even playing field. But now Donald Trump, now I gotta fucking attack you on this other shit. Fucking a space force? What the fuck? What in the actual fuck, Donald? A space force? Okay, so I've been having these thoughts about, the military and healthcare and stuff like that because I have this thought. So like, lots of people, not even people on the right or Republicans, are vehemently against universal health care because of what it's going to cost and blah, 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 whatever. I was like, but we already do military welfare. Like, whether or not I want the country to go to war or take military action, this stuff already comes out of my taxes and your taxes to pay for these things, like unilaterally. There's no private donation to the military, or like there's not an individual who's paying for military action. It's all coming out of our pockets, regardless of whether we want to. I believe like the last year was like $700 billion. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous when, I don't need to go into the stats because there's countless of videos out there that can tell you, that we outspend the next 10 nations in military spending, and I believe 8 or 9 of those countries are our allies. So the justification for spending $700 billion or however many billion dollars we spend every year is not even justified. But yet the mere fact that, we should want to take care of people is a problem? Like, motherfuckers, this kind of segues back to the whole immigration issue. Like borders are arbitrary. Borders are imaginary constructs that humanity has constructed to help us feel however we feel about being in a physical location. It doesn't literally make someone different than you. A man that's in Brownsville, Texas, is genetically the same person and race as the man that's on the other side of the border in Mexico. So we need to rid ourselves of these arbitrary concepts in how we treat one another. It doesn't push us forward as a race. It pushes us back. So don't get caught up in arbitrary concepts. So in regard to the military and healthcare, why are we okay with preparing to take the loss of life but not preserving life? Do we not as a society see the problem that, even if we don't want or like the military to doing these actions, the voice of concern of what happens is very small. We just kind of allow our politicians to do whatever they want in regards to military, whether it's Republican or Democrat. So military action is paid for us by us without our consent or not. But the thought of making sure that healthcare is not something that you have to pay for, it really behooves me that healthcare is something that you need to pay. The well-being of a human being has to be weighed on by the dollar. It's actually a very sick concept if you think about it. I mean, that their thought that we're okay with funding the loss of life, but we're not okay with funding the preservation of life. That's a huge problem in my eyes. Yesterday I recorded the first episode of the Culture Kickback with DJ Brian Pibb. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. That's coming very soon. Just doing a little bit of editing and tweaking. I haven't had don't have a title for it yet, or a title sequence for it yet. That takes a minute. This will probably be out before that. We talked about Solo. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for the new video from Eddie Proof and the Ambitions as a Writer, or Ambitions of a Writer, is featuring. It's called "I Want All the Smoke." Eddie Proof, Cooley Cuz, and yours truly. doing what I do, just whatever, make my and we're shooting the video right now, so be on the lookout for that. And on it okay recording this week, be on the lookout for that. Also, I'm running a summer sale. So if you want a music video and you're located in the DFW area or willing to travel to the DFW area, I'm doing music videos just for the summer for $250. Just a special. As summer's over, I will be going back to my normal prices, and it's a lot higher than $250. So this is just a promotional offer to get this ball rolling with It's the Bomb. We're really trying to move forward. So again, music videos $250. If you want graphics, you can do from anywhere in the world. I'm doing specials for club flyers club flyers and online promotions for $30. Limited time. Again, that's a fraction of about half of what I normally charge. So again, jump on those opportunities. www.itsthebomb.com, and hit me up. Let's work.